Well,
Just
how did
tripped
you
me
meet
out.
him? How did you meet Bobby?
Hold on, say it again.
How did you meet Bobby Bobby V? How did you
It's because we worked on remember his group that he was in, Mister.
Mister? Yes, yes, yes. So they had the zip black member.
So
Yeah,
what happened?
Mister.
So
Yeah,
so
Mister.
what
Mister.
happened
Mister.
was
Yeah, Mister.
right.
Yeah.
So they came to us. They said they wanted us to produce the album, their next album, right? So
Mm.
we did the whole album. But as we was doing the album, Bobby was 5'3", one was 6 foot, one was 6'3". They looked like a basketball team, man. It didn't look like a group no more. So here go little Bobby right here, and here go the other guys like this tall, that tall.
Wow.
so
Okay.
so Sylvia Rome was like, you know what? I love the music, man, but the look ain't there no more, man. So
Wow.
she dropped him, man. So
Wow.
he came to us one day. He was like, "Hey, man, this was just before we was about to move to California because we had got a deal with DreamWorks. So I was tired of flying. You know what I mean? So I told
Okay.
Bob, I'm like, hey man, we might as well move there, man. So Bob was like, all right, let me handle some stuff in Atlanta, and then I'll come back. So I stayed. I didn't go back to Atlanta.
Okay.
But before I left, Bobby was like, hey man, do you know that Sylvia Rowan dropped us, man? I'm like, for real? Out of all the songs we did? Because we did some dope joints on there, man. It just never
Mm.
came out though. So I went to Atlanta, and then about like a year or something like that, year and a half after I got had my first house, I got a knock on the door, right? Open the door, and there go Bobby right there standing at my front door, man. I'm like, how'd you get here, man? He was like, man, he said, man, I was telling I just kept telling everybody, can't nobody do me like Tim and Bob, man. I gotta find where they at, man. I said, man, first of all, how'd you get past my gate, man? They don't let nobody in here. This is a private community right here. How'd you get in? He was like, man, I told him I was your brother, man. I'm like, you don't look like me, man. You got curly hair and light skin. He was like, man, he said, as soon as I'm your brother, he said, they just let me in and I just walked up. So then he came in and he started showing me the stuff that he was doing, and he sounded a lot better. So I was like, you know what? I think we can make him sound better. So I said, you know what? Go home, get some clothes, and then you can come back and stay with me. Let's do an album. And then that's exactly how it happened. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. And then when the song was blown up, did you help him shop around for a deal?
Actually, we did, man. Nobody wanted to sign him, man. It's like no label wanted to sign him, man. Nobody wanted to take a chance. I don't know why, man. Because to me, I thought he was the perfect artist because it couldn't have been a size because there's so many cats that's like 5'3", 5'5". Heck, Prince was like what, 5'3" or 5'4",
Yeah.
and look what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a size, and I think they were just scared of the sound because I created so many records, man, from the samples that they sounded so different. Everybody back then was scared to take a chance on it because it wasn't like the normal album, that you heard. It was quite different. So
Yeah.
nobody would want to sign him, man. So I remember we had a label deal at Def Jam. Leora was going to Warner Brothers though. So what happened is when Leora was leaving out the building and then LA was coming in, LA called us and was like, look, he was like, hey man, if y'all let this be, he said, man, if y'all let this come, he said, what y'all doing, man? Y'all gonna keep y'all label here or y'all leaving? What y'all doing? He was like, I don't know, man. He was like, I'll tell you what. He said, if y'all keep this at Def Jam, however y'all want to do it, I don't know how y'all want to do it. Y'all keep this here. He said, this gonna be Def Jam's first number one song.
Oh, so he was
And every
saying if
time,
you wanted to sign Bobby on, was Bobby signed to Def Soul?
at first he was signed to our label that we had because we had two labels up there, but we ended up going with Leora, right? But Disturber the Peace had a label there too, and they didn't have nobody. They didn't have no R&B at the time, so they wanted me and Bob to take care of the R&B, right? So I said, oh, let's just see if this work out with Bobby. So Ludacris heard the album, and he was like, no, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. Ludacris had already recorded on the album already. So when he heard the whole album, he was already invested in it already because he already had a song on there, and he already had rapped on one called "Give Me a Chance," right?
Mm.
And then he was like, "Yeah, he said, man, we'll sign him, man." And I was like, "For real?" He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right." So we ended up doing a deal with him, and then we all was executive producer on it. Me, Bob, Ludacris, Shaka, and his brother Jeff.
Okay.
So we was we was executive producer on it. LA released it, and it went number one for like 2.5 months, man.
Were you surprised that it blew up?
Surprised. That's another one, man. Very surprised, man. Because it sounded so different than anything that was out. I never thought that it was going to even do anything, man, because I was like, nothing is out like this. Because, I think, if I can recall, Timberland and Pharrell, they haven't quite, had their footing yet in their style. So I know, they got into the Indian sample too, but nobody really had nothing out like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? LA said it's gonna go number one. Then LA always, when he said that, you best believe that it was gonna be number one or number two, or it was gonna be real close. Cause you think of LaFace, you think of Tony Braxton, Usher, Outkast, all that stuff, man, went crazy, man.
Yeah.
So LA just learned from Clive, you know what I mean? So when LA said that, hey, this gonna be a number one song, we really believed in it, man, because everything Clive touched, man, turned to gold. Yeah. Same thing with LA, and then LA talked Dallas. And so I was like, you know what? LA ain't never steered us wrong, man. Anything that we ever did, man. So, you know what I mean? Let's just see what happens. And sure enough, man, in like 2 weeks, it was number one.
Wow. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
And somewhere in between
us, or even loving us, on which I did miss you really.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay, you're okay.
They don't understand what Jonas' Boyz II Men all play it.
and all these guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.